Okay, so next we're going to take a look at writing an equation of a line in standard form. And so standard form is an equation in the format of ax plus by equals c. Okay, we don't really know what a, b, and c are, and that's not really important. Once we write out the equation, they'll see what to do. So if you think back to the first two examples when we did slope-intercept form, the way you approach the problem is, again, you're always going to be given different information. The first thing you want to find is the slope, unless it already tells you the slope. In this case, we don't know the slope, so we're going to start by using the slope formula. So I'll have 2 minus 4 over 2 minus a negative 2, which gives me negative 2 over 4, and that simplifies to negative 1/2. Then we'll use the point slope form just like we did on the other examples. Okay, that really just allows us to get an equation, and then we can get it into whichever format we want. So you can choose whichever point you want. I might choose the second point to put into the point slope form only because the numbers are both positive, but it really doesn't matter. So I'll have y minus 2, which is the y coordinate, equals the slope is negative 1/2 times x minus the x coordinate, which is also 2. So in this case, we have our equation. Again, we haven't really done anything different than we did the other examples in the other video. The difference now is that we're going to get the equation into this format instead of getting it into the slope-intercept form. So what I'll do here is I'm going to distribute the 1/2, negative 1/2, and then negative 1/2 times negative 2 is a positive 1. Okay. And then I need to get the x term to the other side, and all the constant terms to the right side. So I'm going to add 1/2 x. And then I'm also going to add 2 to both sides. So that's going to be equal to 3. Okay. Now the only thing is that a, b, and c are integers. And so we're not going to leave our fraction in our answer like we would with slope-intercept form. So we need to get rid of the fraction. This is a 2. And so in order to get rid of the fraction in this problem, I can just multiply everything by 2. And that's okay as long as I do it to both sides. So that leaves me with 1x plus 2y equals 6. And so that's our final answer. Okay? Let's just go through another example. This one's not going to be a lot different, but we'll just kind of work it out. So in this case, let's have the line pass through 5, 6, and let's let the slope equal, we'll do negative 2/3. Okay. All right, so in this case, again, find the slope if you don't know it already. In this case, we do. So this is a little bit of a shorter problem. We can go ahead and go directly to the point slope form. So y minus the y coordinate, 6, equals negative 2/3 times x minus the x coordinate, which is 5. Alright, so again, we're going to distribute the negative 2/3. And then we're just trying to get x and y on the left side and the constant term on the right side. So I'm going to add 2/3 x. And then I have the y, and then I want to move the 6 over, so I'm going to add 6 to both sides. Okay. So again, I'm going to have to find common denominator here. 10/3 plus 6 be the same thing as 10/3 plus 18/3, which gives me 28/3. Okay? But like the last problem, we're not going to leave fractions in our answers. Okay? So the last thing we need to do is just multiply everything by the denominator, which in this case is 3. So 3 times 2/3 is 2. 3 times y is 3y. And then 3 times 28/3 is 28. And that's our final answer.